Bell Point Chief Strategist David Nelson is here. David, I think you got this one right, because you said the ESG kick was never going to work. I see it as identity politics, right? Yeah. All these companies have to check the box, but all of those deadlines and goals were so far in the future, it didn't really matter.
Whenever you have the elite telling you that you absolutely have to have something, understand this is about money, and that's what it was always about. So the rush out of this is going as fast as the rush into it. A lot of funds actually wanted the ESG monocle on their brand. What we're learning now is that, CEOs, instead of hiring the right person for the job, they were checking off the boxes. And we learned that a lot of their climate policies went so far out in the future, it did little for the environment right now. So the fund performance suffered. Harvard Business Review did a study on this back in 2022 and found that a lot of these funds are just performing miserably compared to their counterparts. And change is happening. Everybody's rushing out, and they want a new mindset right now. And a lot of venture capitalists out there, some had said this as much as a fraud. After looking at it for a couple of years, they may not be wrong.
So you're calling ESG investing a fraud?
I think it was a money grab, for sure. This was about the money. I saw it on the data side, because as a quant, we have to buy a lot of data. Bloomberg FactSet and a lot of these companies push out that ESG data. I looked at it and said, you know what? I don't think this is going to really benefit my customers, those
Wow.
whose investments I manage.
But Boeing will benefit your customers. We got to talk. This stock, Dow component,
yeah.
Blockbuster gains today. Deutsche Bank says buy it. Look at that. It's up 4%. Because its jet deliveries will soon hit records. You're a pilot. What do you think?
I'm a commercial pilot, and I've been a fan of the company for a long time. The 737 MAX, that was, it decimated the company, and in some ways they're still paying for that. But I'll leave you with this. Over the next 20 years, we're going to need 40,000 new commercial aircraft. That doesn't come from Boeing. That comes from their competitor. That comes from Airbus. Oh. At the Dubai Air Show, they got $52 billion in new orders. That's 90 777Xs, 5 787s. That's serious money.
Wow. Okay. So Boeing is popular again.
It is
and
popular
investors
again.
Today
And
making
they're just,
money.
you know what? On an earnings basis, they're just going positive. On a free cash flow basis, they're going positive. By this time next year, you're going to be looking at a maybe 4.7% free cash flow yield. That's pretty good in a 5% world.
What about Palo Alto? You say it's a must-own stock. Why is that? Because you're not getting it cheap. It's up 77% this year.
It is not a cheap stock. It's in network security, which is certainly not going away. It's one of those companies that rarely gives you an opportunity to get in, and you're really even not getting one much right now. Those who bought in on Thursday after the report the night before, maybe they got a 5% discount. I looked at the quarter. It was all about maybe a 2% miss in billings, but I think it's really about their sales cycle. They're focusing on one-year deals that might give them better pricing a year from now rather than three-year deals with a discount. So we bought into the name on Friday. We don't have enough of it. We're going to have to try to find another entry point to get more, but fabulous name.
Cybersecurity, Palo Alto, must own, says David Nelson. Okay, let's go overseas. A major election in Argentina. Javier Milei, he wins 56% of the vote. He wants to kill inflation, which in Argentina, don't complain here, it's over 140% in Argentina, by swapping the currency, the peso, for the U.S. dollar. But can that actually happen? I don't even know if this debt-laden country has access to capital markets to that extent.
It's a political earthquake.
Political earthquake.
And the parallels to our election cycle here are pretty evident.
Yeah, drive it home.
We went bonkers over 9%, but here's the people live there with 40% poverty, and Milei he walks into the room and he looks at the political landscape and he can see, he speaks to the elephant in the room and the poverty and the decimation that they've seen. Their people are disgusted with the party system, political elites that are controlling the company. They want change, and they're asking themselves, what do we got to lose? And he wants to blow up the central bank. His favorite prop is a chainsaw, where he wants to, cut a lot of government spending. And that's likely got to happen. If you're going to have any chance of bringing down this inflation rate, he's going to have to make some big changes. I'm learning about him just like a lot of Americans are learning about him today.
When you're talking about that, if I didn't tee up the segment with Argentina, I would have thought you were talking about Donald Trump.
The parallels to the 2016 election, very evident. He actually gave them their slogan, "Make Argentina Great Again."
Really?
Yeah.
That I did not know.
I saw that in the paper.
And a political outsider, former TV pundit. He's an economist. I mean, the parallels to
parallels
Trump
are extraordinary. He's an ex-economist, certainly controversial, but they certainly need change, and they're ready to try anything at this point.
Yeah, the desperation. David, good to see you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up.
Everything around me, green, get the money, dollar bill, yo.